Everyone, this is Jenny again. I thought I will discuss a commonly asked question, which is the first question asked in any interview across the globe and is most commonly asked in UK. And to any interview which I've been in the past, this question has never been skipped. Not one single employer have not asked me this question. So how do we address this question, and what is this question? Tell me about yourself. And this is one of the questions which is most underrated, because we usually do not really do our homework. We're not prepared for this question. We just give a generic answer. That's what we think we should be doing, but don't. You need to set your first impression high. When this question is asked to you, you need to be prepared and what to say and what not to say. Okay, let's discuss about what not to say in this first. What should you tell? They don't need to know your personal circumstance or your personal family details. You don't need to talk about that. So never ever talk about your personal circumstance. They don't need to know. It's not necessary and not relevant to the role unless and until they ask you. You don't need to give them that answer. And then secondly, you don't need to tell them about your hobbies or your lifestyle or what you like or what you don't like. Again, they don't need to know. And what should I say? They asked to. The question is, tell me about yourself. Then what else should I say? So, shall we say, let's talk about your professional qualifications and everything, but you don't need to, again, because these details are already given in your resume, so you don't need to touch base on that. They can read it. Then what else should I say? So what should I say? Let me see. Let's start from step one. Step one, what you should talk about is you need to summarize your work experience. So you shouldn't talk about in an elaborate way. You should do it in a brief way. Few sentences, just one or two, I would say. Talk about your work experience. And also try and concentrate more on your recent work experience and see how it is relevant to the role that you've applied now. Do not talk about something you've done 10 years ago. It doesn't really count or doesn't really matter, because if it's not relevant to the current role, do not talk about it. 2, talk about, the recent task or a project that you've taken or something you've done in research or whatever it is, nursing, or you've acquired a new skill or competency that you've acquired. That you're going to bring into the current role that you're going to applying or you're interviewing for. That is the one you're going to talk about, and that's the second one. So you need to talk about your work experience just briefly. Second, you need to talk about the task or the recent project that you've taken, and then talk about the final thing is your achievements. So whatever achievements that you have done in the recent, don't again go back to 10 years, just talk about within the last 5 years. And these are something in short, all 3 things that you need to bring into that question. Do not include anything else, because they don't have that time, because you have a limited time for each questions. They have a time frame. They would expect you to answer it in less than 5 minutes, and you have to go to the next question. So 5 minutes is the maximum. It depends if your interview is if your interview is planned for an hour, then 5 minutes is a really good time for that question. But if your interview is only planned for 15 minutes, I would say in 1 to 2 minutes, you can just brief about yourself and then summarize it. You don't need to give them big stories. Okay? I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, please put in your comments, and I'm really happy to add something which you have if it's unclear. Okay? Until then, bye.